Last week, Cody was interviewed on the WR Pro-Am League Twitch channel by the 2K Zone guys. There were some great clips from that live stream, and I wanted to edit them together and give you guys a little bit of information about prospects joining the 2K League, how you should interact with your teammates and on social media, as well as some background about Cody and how he became the Senior Director of eSports Operations here for Pacers Gaming. So I wanted to let you know this is pulled from a live stream, right? So this isn't some new show that we've created. That's why I'm sitting here introing this right now. I'm gonna go edit the rest of these clips together. Hope you guys enjoy.
We are going to be joined today by a Senior Director of Esports for the Pacers Gaming. So please welcome to our show, Cody. Is it Perron or Parent?
Hey, I like how you guys say it. I might have to switch the pronunciation to Perron. That sounds really good. I like it.
It does, doesn't it? It's kind of like
French Canadian there.
It's Parisian, maybe.
There you go. Yeah, it's usually pronounced like a mom or dad parent, but I'll take what I can get. So whatever you guys want to go with, I'm in for it.
Awesome. So Cody, can you start off by maybe telling our listeners a little bit about yourself, about how you got into esports and in specifically the NBA 2K?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been playing 2K since I can remember, way back with Iverson on the cover, dabbled with it. I grew up playing basketball and soccer through high school and just loved the game of basketball. But after high school was over, I still had that competitive itch, and I wanted to continue to scratch that itch, and I found it through esports. So I started playing Halo competitively, and for those old heads who know what MLG is, it's not around anymore, but it was a competitive gaming league that hosted tournaments across the country for games like Halo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and a couple others. So got really deep into Halo, saw that this was going to turn into a business most likely. Got my degrees in college, though, while I was playing Halo competitively. And as soon as I graduated, I started the 2K Lab with two of my buddies, Matt and Sean. And we all loved playing 2K growing up. And as you guys know, watching, and Bruce and Dave, 2K doesn't tell you a lot about how the game works behind the scenes, right? It doesn't tell you the best badges. It doesn't tell you the best jump shots. So we went out to find out those details and share that with the world, share that with you guys, the 2K community. Yeah. And through that, I met Anthony Morocco, networked with him at the Mavs, and he asked if 2K Lab could help the Mavs when the 2K League started. And I said, no, actually. Sorry, Anthony, we're not going to do that. I'd heard the Pacers were going to get a team, and I grew up in Indiana. I've been a Pacers fan all my life, and he graciously helped me network with Kelly Krauskopf here in Indiana, and I applied for the job. I had coaching experience. I had 2 degrees, MBA and marketing, and then had 2K Lab on my resume too. So it was just a great fit. Sorry, that was long-winded, but that's a little bit of my story.
Maybe you can give the prospects a little bit more information as or what you are looking for in a prospect.
You know, I think it's changed a little bit since season 1. We've learned a lot in the first 2 seasons about, marketability is that one word that's tossed around. You have versatility, which is another word that's tossed around quite a bit. You've got stick, which I think is, of course, crucial and very important as well. But there's one thing that doesn't get talked about a ton, and that's just flat out being a good teammate. And I think that's so underrated in our league, especially when a lot of these guys maybe have never played on a team before, right? They play online on Pro-Am, or maybe it's guys from the rec or the park who have made it through the combine, and they've never really played on a team. So the first thing I do now, for example, I was watching the Magic Tourney Finals last night, and I didn't like a lot of the comms. I'll be honest with you. Like right off the bat, I noticed some players. There's no reason to be negative. First of all, we know how 2K works. We know the game in some respects doesn't do what you want it to do all the time, but how are you helping your team by getting mad at the game and taking it out verbally it just puts that negative connotation in people's minds. And when we're sitting here, this is our practice facility. When you sit here, our 5 guys on that side by the screen for 6, 8, 10 hours a day, and you let those little things creep in, man, you're not going to have fun. And it's not fun for me, and it's not productive. And I think the teams like the Timberwolves, who had great chemistry, had a bunch of positive guys, some leaders on that team who had played sports before. I think that is the number one factor for really successful teams in this league, because the skill gap is only so big. And something like being positive and being a good teammate can take you to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, we've said it many, many times, and, a lot of people in the community also say it, and I guess it's easier said than done. But, we do see so many prospects out there, Cody, and, there's so many people that stream, and there's so many people on Twitter. What is the best way, in your opinion, for a prospect out there to get you to notice them?
Sure, and shameless plug here if you guys don't mind. We have a Discord channel on Pacers Gaming that if you go to our Twitter, you go to any of our social media, the Discord's linked, and that's a place where you can go and directly interact with me. I'm in there every day. It's always up on my computer. You can @me, and I'll see a little notification pop up. If you're streaming, you can connect with other players. If you're a Pro-Am free agent, you can find a team there. I think that's key, to find a good team you can enter WR with, MPBA, top tier leagues, all of those. Play in as many as you can. Network in little communities like ours, like WR, to find like-minded guys you can play with and just grind with them. Don't give up. You lose a couple games. It's that mindset. Stay positive. Stick with your team. And eventually you're going to get those reps down and compete in tourneys where when you stream, you're going to pull more viewers. Scouts are going to watch. So that's the key. I think it's network, find like-minded people, and you definitely have a good shot at making the league.
Now, you mentioned network, 3 or 4 times now. What is something specific, like how does a prospect who maybe has not networked a lot or has never networked before, how would they break the ice with you or another scout or GM? Like, what can they do practically to start that networking?
Yeah, I think it's to really, for me, it's not spamming highlights or spamming your stream coming in. I think it's making a personal connection. So if you come into our Discord and you @me or you talk with some of our players, find a way to connect. So is it where you're from? Is it, that you've watched No Smoke and you love Wolf and you want to ask for build advice from him? Yeah. Maybe you are letting me know you're streaming, but you tell me what your build is and why you think I should come in and spend time to watch you. I think all of those things, diving a little bit deeper and making that personal connection, just like in anything in life, is key. You got to connect those dots. Don't just spam it out there, because if we're being honest, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to click on it because I see so many if it's just a link. And I know a lot of other GMs won't click on it as well.
And as a scout, so let's say some of these prospects are out there and they're trying to get noticed. Is there anything that you've experienced that has been like the biggest turnoff from a scouting perspective?
Comms. I'm telling you, that's it. I think we can work with gameplay no matter what. Obviously, there are elite players, like we saw Ramo, Dayfry, Mays up there, Walnut. Those guys are always going to show through because they have that stick. They've played the game enough. They understand it. But if you're on that edge, you're one of those guys competing for one of those last spots in season 3. I'm telling you, the comms, it's an easy thing to do, right? It's switching that mindset. Be positive, be a good teammate, call out plays, switch, defensive rotations. All those little things can take your game to the next level. For me as a scout, I'll immediately be turned on to you. Your teammates are going to want to play with you more. And I think it'll elevate your game to the next level. Something super simple. And if I can communicate anything to anyone, it's just have a positive mindset. Enjoy 2K. You want to play a video game for a living? It's a dream. Act like it.
That's good advice.
Yeah, it is great advice, and it's certainly the dream's not dead for me. I hope to be on the stage one day soon, but maybe if there's like an age category a little bit above, but anyway, we won't
A
go there.
seniors team.
Yeah, anyway. Next question. So Cody, what would be your advice to prospects? Maybe some tips on how they should conduct themselves on social media, specifically on Twitter.
Yeah. Excuse me. First thing is understand people are always watching. It might not be scouts. It could be, people from the social team, the PR team of these NBA squads. It could be people like you who are asking these guys or girls for interviews. And I know you guys probably scan their social media to make sure they're up to par with what you expect on your show. So the first thing is everyone's always watching. It's not just your Twitter. It's all of your social media. It will all be scrubbed eventually, whether it's for the 2K League, whether it's for a job interview in your career in the future. So just always have that in the back of your mind. It doesn't mean don't be yourself. You can still go out and have a personality and be interactive and be fun. But that's how the world is. It's 2019, soon to be 2020, and our standards are at an all-time high. Social media is available for anyone and everyone. So I would just say don't put anything on there that your mom or your grandma wouldn't be proud of you for talking about. Another thing is don't get caught up in the drama. Don't get caught up in the 2K League drama. If there is any of fans of teams or trash talking between players, I think there's a time and a place for that. But if you are coming up and you're trying to define yourself and make a name, maybe it's not your time yet. You've got something to prove. And once you get to that level, maybe you can have a little bit of fun on stage and after you win a championship. But until that point, just be smart. Be smart. Don't say anything your mom wouldn't be proud of.
Yeah, I mean, Pacers, you guys are putting out some great content, and I think I saw something new today called Rate My Build. But maybe after the show I can tell you about my build. I've got a 5'8" shooting guard.
Ooh, okay.
He weighs about 290 pounds. He's not very fast, but and we'll talk later about that. But finally, Cody, can you maybe just share a little bit about the things that the Pacers are doing with their gaming legacy and the Rate My Build, and where I mean, you already mentioned YouTube, but maybe where else can people find this great content?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it. On YouTube, our focus this offseason, I think, is a little bit different than a lot of teams. They're hosting tournaments, which is outstanding. I'm excited to see it, and selfishly, I get to scout through those tournaments as well. For us, we're focused on bringing value to the casual players of 2K and people who are interested in making the league. And the good thing about YouTube is the content we create lives on forever. And we have over 4 million minutes of watch time spent. That might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right, since the game released. We've increased 20,000 subs in a month and a half. And it's because we're just listening to what the casual gamers want, and people who are trying to join the league. We're doing what 2K Lab does. It's my bread and butter. It's those tutorials. It's trying to teach prospects the little intricacies of what Wolf, Nate, and Swizz know that make them great players. So it's all Spencer. He's that director of content. I'm just the pretty face in front of the camera sometimes. But yeah, that's the place to be. Pacers Gaming on all socials, Pacers Gaming on YouTube. Join our Discord. We'd love to see everybody in there.
So we're going to wrap it up, Cody. But if this is an opportunity for you, if there's anything you want to plug about the Pacers, anything you want the community to know.
I might have plugged too much already, but thank you guys so much for having me on the show. I'm very passionate about what we're doing with the Pacers, and want to bring that excitement to all of your fans and all of your viewers with WR. So just want to say thank you guys so much for having me on the show. Wish the best for the 2K Zone, WR. If you haven't joined yet, it's an outstanding league. Get out there. I'm watching it consistently. My guys are playing in it. It's the place to be this offseason for sure. So thanks again. Have really enjoyed being on the show with you guys.
Well, thank you. I think the information you've provided is invaluable. A lot of prospects, I hope that they tune in and listen to what you had to say. And like Dave said, your organization is top notch. And we do encourage everybody to check out the Pacers YouTube channel. Like you said, there's probably tons of information. I know I'm going to check it out because I'm curious. So again, Cody, thank you very much for coming on the show, and we look forward to watching your trades.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thanks. You too.
I didn't know that he started 2K Lab.
I know, I wrote that down.
I was not aware that 2K Lab is an amazing resource. I mean, he's running such a great organization.
He is.
He's doing fantastic stuff.